Hey everyone, my name is Kale and welcome to the channel if this is your first time, and if it's not your first time, welcome back. So we're stepping into something new right now, and I am doing my first tarot reading, I suppose, besides with myself. I'm doing my first collective tarot card reading, as it were, and I'm very excited about it. And I do it a little bit different. So I sit in ceremony at home and I write down the messages that come through in addition to with what I pick up from the companion guide. And so the deck that I work with, my first and only deck so far, is Tarot of the Witch's Garden by Nataša Graham. And I will not attempt to pronounce the illustrator's name, but it's fantastic work that they've both done, absolutely beautiful. Secrets of the Witch's Garden is the companion guide. It is fantastic. I absolutely love it. I adore this deck so much. So thank you to both of them for what they have gifted the world. Okay, so we're going to start off where this reading is intended for the Waxing Crescent moon phase that we find ourselves in right now. Today is February 19th, 2026. At the time of this recording, may its wisdom find you whenever it meets you. And so we're in the Waxing Crescent moon phase from February 18th through the 23rd, and traveling through Pisces, Aries, and Taurus. And so one of my favorite readers is Jenny from Moon Magic Tarot, and as Jenny has said, this moon phase is all about getting started, getting going, and getting things off the ground. And particularly with this moon phase, she recommends using this time to be conscious of your own personal responses and reactions. And so the spread that I've chosen to perform here is the Life Choices spread that Nataša has outlined in the back of the companion guide. And so that spread is a 4-card spread, and it's going to ask 4 questions. It's given us 4 answers, and I will read those. I will show you the card, and relay the messages here. And she suggests performing this spread when making an important decision. And as I felt into the energy of the moment and the options in the spread, it felt like this was the one to do. And actually, I did want to do a destiny spread, but the guidance was like, nope, this is the one to do right now. So here we are, and I'm very excited to share with you what came through. So the first card for the first question is, what do I need to know? And we got Justice upright. And so I'll try to, hopefully you can see that. All right, okay. So Justice upright, and the messages that came through were, put in the work, it's not too late, you can trust this, and you have a responsibility to live your soul's code. And when I say that, and the sense that I have about that is, this is not meant to create pressure. It simply means that it won't leave you alone, that it's always going to be there waiting for you, inviting you to choose it. And so if it feels like too much pressure, or you don't feel ready, this may be an indication to look more deeply into that. Sometimes it's about letting go what other people are thinking. Other times it's about taking another look, or another angle or another perspective to how we're going about it. Sometimes we pigeonhole ourselves, or that pressure is self-created, and not it's not needed. And if we can pivot a bit and look at some other angles, we can find our way through. And in fact, just to give an exact live example of that, me doing the readings this way was my way through. It didn't feel, it was a little bit buzzy for me to do a live reading, as that I wasn't ready for that. And I don't know if, or just not aligned with that. One of the two, probably a little bit of both, at least at this moment. And but the answer was like, oh, wait a second, actually. And it came through the readings that it was like, I can write this down, and I can come on here and relay that. So that's just an example of, like, that thing that we feel like, okay, I know I'm meant to do this, but like, what is that's in the way? And so just taking a deeper look at that. And in the end, allow yourself, to seek support and move forward in a slow and steady way. There's no rush to it. It's always going to be here, waiting for you, ready for you, calling you, beckoning you to it. And it's your destiny, you know? And so it's not trying to put pressure on you. It's not. And then the last couple messages with the Justice card here. Pay attention to what's opening up and what's closing for you. Where can you find the moral or pure intent? And trust yourself during this time. So that's what we've got here with the Justice card. Sorry that the sun is maybe making this a little wonky. Yeah, see? Here we are. What can we do? It's doing it on purpose to challenge me. But yeah, put in the work, y'all. It's not too late. You're in perfect timing right now. You're in perfect flow. All right, the second card asks and answers the question, what should I forget? And we have pulled the 8 of Swords for this one. Let's see. There you go. Okay, so that's a little bit better. 8 of Swords, okay? And this is the card of restraint. And so, and it's upright here. And so the messages are, you are no longer restrained, okay? All restraints regarding this particular moment, decision, situation that we're talking about here, all of the restraints are self-imposed at the moment. The door is wide open now. Okay, oh, that's gonna drive me nuts. Of course it would on my first reading. Gah. Okay, the door is, let go of control, Kale. The door is open now, and forget the memory of captivity. And I want to be very, very clear. It's not going to happen. I'm going to keep doing this. I want to be very, very clear about when I say forget the memory of captivity, what that means to me. I keep saying I say. These are the impressions that came through. So please know that's like, these are the downloads. When I'm saying that, that's what I mean. But this is not speaking about like a horrible trauma to like, oh, just forget the memory of the trauma. That's not it at all. That's not grounded or integrated, or necessarily true to the healing process. And so, in regards to forgetting the memory of captivity, it's speaking more to kind of the mindset of the situation at hand, and recognizing like it's done now, it's over. You know, what it means is like the door is open now. And so instead of staying in the mindset of like, no, I'm still the prisoner, I'm still held here. It's like, no, actually you can walk through the door. That's where we're at. That's what is meant by forgetting the memory of captivity, to not let it hold you back, to not let it chain you any further. And so there's a bug on my thigh. Hello, friend. You are cute. I will let you be there. All right. Here we are. Let's see. For some of you, walking through this door is the initiation. Perhaps for all of you, walking through this door is the initiation. And you'll know what I mean by that. Another note is that it's okay to struggle. It's okay that this is maybe a hard or challenging moment, and that's fine. It will not prevent you from continuing to walk through the door. Like, that door is open for you. You're here. You're going through it, and chances are you, in a sense, you've already gone through it. And we'll get to that actually. And it's releasing authoritative control over yourself. So finding those ways where you're actually still being really controlling with yourself. A lot of times it's going to be backed by an underlying fear, concern again for what others think, concern for fitting in, not rocking the boat, perhaps particular religious confines we've held before, whatever those things are, that now those things, yes, have they been ingrained into you? Absolutely, yes. Totally heard and understood. And there's aspects of that we're still holding over ourselves. And now that the charge, and if we use, from what came out in Justice, it's like, again, find the support to help you to move through the aspects that are really still self-imposed, right? I want to be really clear that in these readings, and for me, my intention as a reader is not to bypass the real healing process. It's really to be grounded, embodied, and integrated here. And so I trust that you will know where you're at in that. And as these things land, you know, this is not about just get over it, you know, or any type of toxic positivity. This is about truly just really that self-acknowledgement and self-reflection, and then allowing yourself that support to move forward in whatever ways that means for you. And so let's see here. Okay, that's it for the Eight of Swords card, okay? So just as a quick reminder, we have moved from Justice on what do I need to know into Eight of Swords for what should I forget. And now we're moving into our third card of what should I do. And we've got 10 of Swords in upright. Got a lot of sword action happening here. 10 of Swords in upright, which is the conclusion card, which is fantastic. I love it. The immediate messages coming through here are, we cannot argue with nature. This is what's happening. so there's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. This is the thing. It's clear, it's happening, and it's moving forward. Whether you want it to or not, now's the time. And so the quicker we can accept that and let go and get on board and along for the ride, the better, the more enjoyable the experience will be, right? So we can't argue with nature on this one. This is what's happening. This is the alignment. This is the moment. This is the energy. Here we are. And this is the cosmic timing. And so the message is also, you're in the new path, the new way. And I noticed it was in, not on. You're not on the new path, you are in it. And it's as if it's picked you up and you are inside of it. You are literally in the new path. And the image that came to mind was like a pea, you know, like the, I don't even know, like the pea jacket with the like 3 little peas on the inside, or whatever. Like, it's like you're in that. You're one of those little peas inside that little boat jacket thing, and the image was like that, like floating down kind of quickly, actually down like a water slide, you know. And it's like you're in it. That's what it means to be in this path, that it is happening now. Yes. And yeah, you're in it and it's happening. And so from the companion guide, actually, Sasha wrote, the 10 of Swords marks the death of the ego. It is the end of a thought cycle that has kept you imprisoned. Perfect, considering what we just talked about with 8 of Swords. Here we are, right? It is the end of a thought cycle that has kept you imprisoned. The barrier between you and possibilities the barrier between you and possibility collapses. Perfect. The open door. Boom, collapsed, open door, it's happening. Loving it, right? Here we are. She also writes, the cycle is complete, but the experience remains. And the image here that's important, this is what came through. Like, this is over. This is over, and you are walking out, okay? But imagine, though, like it takes a minute for the setting to change, right? It's completely done, and then imagine it like it was prison, right? So one, like, you have to literally walk out of the cell, like you have to walk out. You know, you've got to change your clothes, you've got to do the paperwork, you've got to walk out of the facility, and maybe you're waiting for your ride, you know, for your ride home or wherever else you're going. Like, there's a process. So yes, it was done, you're free, you're released. And there's steps to walk out, right, until the setting and the environment actually changes. And so that's what we're seeing right now, and that's what we're in. So it's here, boom, we're the P. We're like, whoop, we're going. It's the open door, we're walking out. And, you know, and then it's just going to take a moment, possibly. For some, it may move quicker, but it is happening. And, like, that's the trust to really anchor into here. And you will see the changes. And this is, you know, you are literally leaving the old life behind. That's done, and here's what's new. Which, you know, it can be interesting. It's always an interesting experience when you step into the new, right? And it's the calling. It can feel beginner, speaking to myself in a way on that, but and yet we've been practicing, we've been prepared, we've been ready for it. It's the time. So here we are. All right, and that's our Ten of Swords. So we've gone from our Justice card, you know, on what to do, just to take the action. It's here, it's ready, it's not too late. Get started, let's go. Into our Eight of Swords, which is freeing ourselves from that captivity. It's our moment to walk through. And then Ten of Swords, that was, yeah, forgetting the memory of captivity, right? What should I forget into what should I do, right? Which is, hello, yep, to accept that this is the process that's happening, to walk it out, right? And now we go into our last card, our last pull here, for what shouldn't I do. And what we've got is the Two of Swords in reverse, Two of Swords reversed. Here we go. So yeah, lots of sword action right now. That's three for four swords. All right. And so Two of Swords, okay. And the immediate messages upon, you know, reading the companion guide, tuning into it, of like what to not do, because what, you know, what's really being represented here, you know, and it's that, like, she's actively chosen to blindfold herself, to go internal, okay. But like, but what's the what shouldn't I do? Don't blindfold yourself away from your calling. You know, don't put your head in the ground. You know, it's do not distract yourself. You know, she's intentionally blindfolded herself to go internal, and don't distract, don't ignore. Go inside, lean into your calling, lean into the inner voice that springs from your high priestess self. That was a nice message in there. Lean into that. I wanted to name that because that one was directly from there. But don't get consumed by the thoughts and the opinions of others. You know, that's the main message here. So even though we've got the reversal, like, that's what it's telling us. You know, do not ask others for advice on decisions that need to be made by you and you alone at this time. You have the answer. This is go inside for you, okay? Again, I cannot emphasize enough to not distract yourself away from this. This is about going into it, okay? Like, head on. Let go of that noise, right? Like, kind of try to stay away from the noise that's around you. Let's see, these are decisions that only you know. And then Sasha suggests, in terms of writing the reversal, to ask the question, how can I stop caring about what others think of me? And that's interesting, because when we were talking about the Justice card, you know, one of those aspects of maybe feeling pressure on moving forward, right, is can often be what other people are thinking of us. You know, I mean, I certainly have had that quite a bit. And in fact, earlier there was somebody that came and sat down close by, and as I was trying to start recording, I was like, are you kidding me right now? Of course it would be this. He left, but still, you know, it's just, but it was a moment where I sat there and I was like, well, let's walk it out. Let's walk it through. Who cares? Here we are. We're not ashamed. That's gone. We're doing it. We're living it out. Okay. And only we know this. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. So just as a quick recap for the four, you know, we've got that first card was our Justice card. Put in the work. It's not too late. You can trust this right now. You have a responsibility to your soul's code, okay? And it's not about pressure. You can move forward. There's different angles we can pivot. You know, this is the time is now, right? What should I forget? We've got our Eight of Swords, okay? You are no longer restrained. The door is open. You can forget the memory of captivity. You can walk through, all right? This is the initiation. We move into what should I do? Our Ten of Swords. All right, the conclusion, it's done. We can't argue with nature. This is happening. All right, we are that pea in the little thing, you know, moving down the water slide. We are in the path. It is happening. It's time. It's aligned. It's cosmic alignment. We're here. Okay, it's the end. It's the end of an ego death. It's the end of a thought cycle that's kept you imprisoned. Okay, it's the barrier between you and possibilities collapsed. The door is open. All right. So again, it can take a moment for the settings to change. But it's happening. It's done. It's over. We're walking through. All right. You're leaving that old life behind. And again, this Two of Swords reversed. Okay. No more distraction. You know, trust yourself. Lean into that. All right. Don't put your head in the sand. You know, don't turn a blind eye. You know, this is about really listening to yourself, not asking other people for advice around this. This is something only you know and you have the answers to, okay? So find the support you need, of course, but support that aligns with that self-trust, okay? And I had asked at the end of that poll, I said, is there anything else? And the messages that came through were, you got this, it's real this time, you can trust yourself, and you can count on it. This is reliable, this is dependable, you can count on it, okay? So, all right, friends, I had fun. I hope you did too. Again, thank you to Sasha and Nataša, at least I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce her first name, for providing this beautiful deck. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.